So you want to know the top 5 absolute worst things no one ever tells you about Redmond? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about exactly that. What's going on, everybody? It's Justin Gazaba, and this is Living in Seattle, Washington. Channel where we deep dive on the nitty gritty, all the details and information, make it really easy for you guys to get exactly what you're looking for, the good, the bad, the ugly. And in this video, we're going to talk about Redmond. If what you're looking for is exactly just to learn more about living here in Seattle, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, tap the notification bell so that you're aware of all the videos that we put out. We put out a ton of videos, guys. And in this video, we're gonna get into that nitty gritty. I can feel the hate mail coming. It is the worst of the worst stuff about Redmond. If you guys are familiar with the area, Redmond is the headquarters of Microsoft, and frankly, a beautiful area, lots of trees, really nice houses. But there's some bad and ugly stuff that come with that, and we're gonna get into it right now. So what's going on, everybody? We're gonna talk about Redmond. If you drop down in the comments, I love to do this before we even get started, before you know what I'm gonna say, you can't cheat. Just drop in the comments what you think the worst things about Redmond are. If you live in the area, I would love to hear from you guys and see, you know, what kind of bothers you, bugs you, like wish Redmond would fix, whether it's just even road construction or if it's just getting in and out of town, whatever it is, drop it in the comments. If you're thinking about making a move this way and you have an opinion, you want to kind of think you might know, drop it in the comments. We love hearing from you guys. And if you're thinking about making a move, we help people make this move all the time. I'm gonna tell you the worst things, the worst of the worst of Redmond, but that doesn't mean it's not a great place to live, right? So just having a little fun in this video. I wanna share some stuff with you, but if you're thinking about making that move, we're helping people do that all the time. Reach out to us. It is where Microsoft headquarters is, and we know a lot of folks that wanna live close by, live in that area, because it just makes their life better and easier. And there's a handful of things that, you know, maybe I'll give you a bonus at the end of some things that make it great out there. We'll see how I feel making this video. But reach out to us, shoot us a text, give us a call. We'd love to chat with you and see what you're thinking about, and we can't help you if you don't reach out. So we're gonna jump into the top 5 absolute worst things. Now, it obviously, you know, Redmond's in the Pacific Northwest, it's close to Seattle. It rains here from it rains here from October 31st, from Halloween all the way to July 5th. And that's just a known. We've talked about that in the past. High overcast, high clouds, partial sunny sometime, but usually it's overcast and gray here. And that's not even on the list. So we're gonna jump into the top 5 things. And I got my notes here. The first thing I think of when I think about Redmond is how 520 just ends. You have this beautiful big highway, 520, that takes you from Seattle over across Bellevue and then stops in Redmond. The good news is that it stops right at the Whole Foods and the Costco over there, but I mean, it just ends. The road just ends. And then you get arterial streets from there. So all of a sudden you're on this really easy highway, good access into town, and then it just stops right there. So that's probably got to be one of the largest annoyances insofar as people commuting in and out and around the area is, I mean, it's the actual worst. As a side note, I don't know if any of you guys out there watching this has ever seen the old Almost Live TV series from back in the 90s, but this list just reminds me of the lame list. After you're done with this video, you can Google Almost Live. It's definitely worth checking out. So, okay, number 4 on the list, absolute worst things about Redmond. Realistically, you know, they've got the Redmond Town Center with some nice shops in there. They've got a few strip malls here and there, but that's really it. So your fine dining, your nightlife is kind of reserved for, there just isn't a lot to choose from, which means you have to commute down to Bellevue if you want to go out, you know, and have more of that. Your major shopping is going to be down in Bellevue, so you're going to be kind of isolated to some strip malls and some, you know, so the Redmond Town Center, and there just isn't too much going on. Now, that kind of gives it a small town feel, and if that's what you're looking for, great. But if you think that you're gonna move to the home of Microsoft and Seattle and all these things, realistically, Redmond, if you're looking for that big city nightlife, Redmond is not the place for you. It's much more of a small town than that. So, given its status among people who are moving from in and out of the area, it's definitely kind of gives some folks pause when they expect to come out to a big metropolitan area. It's just not that. So here's what I noticed when I went through the list. 3 of these things become one thing: no nightlife, restaurants and strip malls. So those 2, and then I already talked about traffic on 520, but now it's car dependent. Very quickly, 5 things becomes 3 things. That's not so bad now, is it? It's only 3 things. So the last thing on the list, the number 1 thing truly is, like most of the Pacific Northwest here in the Seattle metro area, you are largely car dependent. And so that means that you might have a car for commuting, a car for taking the kids to soccer, and a car, if you're depending on where you live, your truck to go to the to the Home Depot and pick up whatever kind of remodeling project. Redmond kind of has this interesting mix of beautiful, massive, amazing homes, and also some smaller fixers and trailers and this sort of thing. It gets very rural very quick out in the hinterland there around Redmond. So being car dependent, we see everything from Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Teslas, to your favorite old Ford pickup truck, and cars driving around on their spare donut out there. So it's just a very car dependent area. It's a very different mishmash of vehicles and everything else, and socioeconomic conditions. People that have lived out on lake communities that were vacation homes now becoming permanent homes and stuff like that. And so but it is a very car dependent place. There's the mass transit, there's no light rail, nothing like that to help you get around. There is bus system, but largely that bus system is just to get you to and from the hubs. If you live out in that direction, you're gonna wanna have a car that you can depend on to get in and around, get down to your major shopping, get to your Costco's, get to your Whole Foods, get to your Bellevue and Seattle. So I said that there would be a couple of things that, redeeming qualities. It ain't all bad out there in Redmond. It's a great place. They got great schools. They got Marymore Park. It really is, a beautiful and peaceful setting with large homes and a beautiful area to live in. And if that's not your jam, that's okay. That's what we're here for. We love connecting with people and figuring out kind of what is your perfect average day is gonna look like, and help you find something that best suits your lifestyle. We've got all kinds of free information down below. We actually help busy Pacific Northwest professionals find homes that match their active lifestyle. That's what we want to do. So if you're thinking about making this move out here, give us a call, shoot us a text, connect with us, have a chat, see if it's a good fit, and we're absolutely ecstatic. People are reaching out to us all the time, and we absolutely love it. But you'll find all that details below, and we'll see you in the next video. Hope you got a kick out of that one. Talk to you.